Well, we've beaten the drop. We're not getting relegated. It's the final game of the season. We're playing Crystal Palace, who are 20th in the league. But the big question is, do we stay or do we go? Hello and welcome back to Grassroots to Glory. You can see the table there on screen. We survived the drop. Somehow, we've survived. 40 points. We're clear. We're well clear in the end. 11 points clear of Burnley, who are already relegated now in 18th position, meaning Salford stay in the Premier League in our first season of trying. Beautiful stuff. So, that's us safe, but what happens next? Before we get that though, if you're liking the series so far, you know what I'm going to say. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up. Keep an eye out for more content on the channel. 3 videos a week. You know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. So, let's get into business. As we mentioned, we're safe now. Let's have a quick look about what's been happening since the last time out. The last time out you saw us was that 1-1 draw against Man City. I mean, things have been going amazing, but they've been going really badly over at the same time. With a 1-1 draw against Newcastle, Ricky J. Jones again scoring for us in the 75th minute, getting us level in that one. An important point against Newcastle, which was very much needed by this point. And then things went a bit downhill. I lost to Leicester, I lost to Chelsea, 3-0 and 3-1 defeats. I mean, the bigger teams, it's going to happen. We knew that sort of stuff would happen, but we did beat Everton. Matthew Dow scoring again and Bougie from the penalty spot late on, so it's got a 2-0 victory away at Goodison Park. And since then, it's been one of those seasons. Like, things go really good and then, boom, bad. So we lost to Southampton, we beat Bristol City, we beat Brighton, and then a draw against Sheffield United, which led then to the final 3 games of the season. At this point, we could still get relegated, but things in the other games worked out very well for us. A 4-3 defeat against Spurs, where Ricky J. Jones got a hat-trick in that game as well. At this point, we found out we were going to be safe, going into the Burnley game, knowing they were already relegated, in which case we battered them 2-0, Enes and Pinnock getting the goals, which now leads to Crystal Palace on the final day of the season to find out where we could go, basically, because a win today could get us into 14th in the league ahead of Southampton. So, I mean, that's not bad for our first season, but I'm still umming and ahhing over the idea about where we can move to next. At the moment, you might notice some stuff. Liverpool are not in European competition right now. Klopp is on the verge of getting sacked. Spurs, Man City, Everton, Villa, like the few teams here, you'd think pushing up here by this point. I mean, that top 4, West Ham, Chelsea, Man U and Arsenal, Leicester in 5th as well, so there could be some jobs available. There already is the Celtic job available, and I've been umming and ahhing. Obviously, the premise is to win the Premier League, but if we go to Scotland, work on our CV, go win the Scottish Premier League, and then we can come back to England and maybe do that. I don't know, that's one idea on top of my head right now we're looking at. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, Crystal Palace today, a game which we should be winning. And obviously then we'll find out our budget for next season. There's been a few people interested in players already from ours that they want to sign. So, things can happen. Things can change very fast in these types of saves. So, we'll see what happens after the Crystal Palace game. So, speaking of that Crystal Palace game now, here is the team that lines up for the final game of the season for Salford in our first year in the Premier League. Vivalli in net, Hodgson, Fabinho, Pinnock, and Davies at the back, with Simmons in the anchor role, with Kilkenny and Busio ahead of him, Bowles, Jones and Tom Ming up front. These 3 have been quality up there this season. The other thing is, obviously, the likes of Hector Ingram not playing much football this season. He's been a bit starter. He's played on the right wing quite a lot this season, but obviously with the new formation, he's not in the team right now. There's other people. Enes has been very much from the bench so far for the second half of this season as well. So there's a lot of players here who were around when we first started, and now they're pretty much on the fringes and could go out, possibly. Obviously, Fred McKendy, he was a big transfer for us getting McKendy in. He looked really good, and now it's like, well, we're not playing with wingers. Where's his future like? Maybe a loan next season for his development? Who knows? But for now, Crystal Palace, final game of the season. Let's get 3 points and plan for the future. So here we go then. Final game of the season. Selhurst Park. Palace are already relegated to the Championship at this point as well. That was the other thing I got a question about doing as well. Like, teams like Palace and Burnley, would you say they're bigger clubs than Salford? It would be worth taking a job in the Championship with one of those teams and then get them promoted next season and come back to the Premier League? Or to stay with Salford? The project we've done here at Salford has been great so far. We have kept them up in this first season. So maybe just stay within the Premier League with Salford this year. and then we see what comes available. I think we're at the point now where I don't think Salford will be a top half team anytime soon. So looking at the other jobs, the mention of Man City, Spurs, Liverpool, teams that aren't qualified for the Champions League that should be in there, could be available. Whether or not we'd get those jobs right now, that is the big question, really. As Martin gets the ball now, he finds Souls. Palace in the attack now. Carter drives forward. Finds Gay. Longstaff. Dowell. It's a great switch from Dowell there, but it goes to absolutely no one. And what's the dangerous pass there? I was worried there. Jones with the flick on now. He's found Tong. He's gone for the lob. Oh, Tong Ming. With an absolute belt of a lob over the keeper. What an effort. And what a finish from Tong Ming here. I was worried with his back pass, but it's a great ball upfield. Jones heads it on. I wasn't sure if that's side at first here, Tong, but look at that for a lob. Absolutely beautiful stuff from Tong Ming. 1-0 Salford. Right, half time. Good lead. We've been the better team. You'd imagine so. Palace are already relegated. They've been bottom for quite a while. They've not had many points this season, so it should be an easy victory realistically anyway, but there's always doubt. There's always doubt in these games. We've not had the best season. We have lost to small teams in the past in this save, but you just never know. Looking here now, like Liverpool and Man City both trying to fight for that Europa League spot at the moment, or Europa Conference League spot, if anything. So it'll be interesting to see who and where things end. With Fabiano now, finds Davies. Off goes Leaf now, up the wing. Finds Tong. Busio. He's got a pass on him, don't Busio know that. Bowles. Jones. Great little 1-2 now. It's Ricky J. Jones. Oh, he's got to finish that though. He does need to finish those ones though. Here we go back to Wolverhampton Wanderers after this game as well. So our future with this team as well is the next big question. Obviously, if we stay at Salford for another year, we do need to reinvest and bring in some new players. In which areas we get players in, who knows? Obviously, we mentioned Ricky Jade will be going back for his loan deal. There's a few of us we have loaned in this season who will be going back to their parent clubs. Busio, what happens with Busio's future? Who knows? There was an option to buy there. I think we will activate that and we'll see what happens with that. But it's going to be interesting going forward and seeing the rest of this save now. What we do is Busio now with the corner. Back stick. Kilkenny. Oh, Ming. It's still going on here. Pinnock. Oh my God. Ethan Pinnock gets his third this season. The boy that won us the World Cup with Jamaica does it again. It was a bit of an interesting transfer getting Pinnock in. We paid quite a bit of money for him to get him in after that Jamaica World Cup win. And I weren't sure if it would be worth it, but I mean, goals like that make it definitely worthwhile. Laid off here. First time strike on his left foot. Goes in. 2-0 Salford. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful. Saying that actually. But beautiful stuff. We're going to do some changes here quickly. I'm going to get Pascom. We're going to get Pinnock off here. He's got the goal. Go get your rest, mate. Have a whip of rest. Ricky J can come off at this point as well. Hector Ingram can come on for him. Just to give him a few minutes as well towards the end of the season. I want to get DeFalo on really, but there's nowhere to fit him in without changing the system. But again, I'm not going to change things at this point. We'll get Mars on up front as well for Ming. Did a great loan as Tom Ming this season. So, again, something I'd like to keep this season, but we'll see what happens going into the season. Well, on the final day of the season here, you can see now, Man United about to win the league title on goal difference here over Arsenal. As United win the league, we stay up. And I think we have finished 14th there as well, which is great to see considering at one point I thought we might get relegated still. We go through the press here. What a great goal. It was a great goal from Tong. Absolutely amazing player. Do we keep him? Who knows? As Salford finished 14th in their first year in the Premier League. Absolutely mental stuff. Did not expect that. Above teams like Southampton, Brentford, Brighton, and of course the bottom relegated 3 as well. Brighton could come available possibly now. Them finishing 17th this season. That could be one that comes available. Their final game, they lost to Burnley as well. Already relegated Burnley. So it could be one to go for next season. Obviously, I'm just noticing as well. Patson Daka is at Burnley. They've newly been relegated. Maybe Patson Daka could be the one that comes in to replace Tong Ming up front for us. Just an idea, maybe for next season. But we'll see. Going forward, have we had our budget for next season? That is the big question. There's nothing here. We'll carry on for a moment. We'll send the assistant here. Just to make sure, I'm interested to see how much we're going to get for next season. As Man U win the treble, I'm intrigued. How much we get next season? Or has it already happened already? Let's say next season guaranteed 15 million. Moment though, 38,000. That can't be right. We got 38,000 for this season. We gotta move. There's no way we can reinvest in the squad. I think it could be right. We're going to our season review quickly as we watch this now. Just the end of the season to see what's been happening. Obviously, the big transfers, the big news. A C+ for the keeper. I mean, he had a bit of a iffy start for us, didn't he, really? But he's done good towards the end there. Ricky J. Jones, an A- for him. He had a great season. 15 goals in total for him. Walkslight came from Dortmund. A+ for him as well. What a season. He's had 20 appearances. Fabinho, B+. Pinnock got a C+. Busio, C+. I'm surprised about Busio because he's got like 5 goals, 5 assists this season. But Kilkenny, he had a pretty decent season as well. C+ for him. So some good ones then. Obviously, then further down we go. Some of the ones like Mario Götze, who's not really played. He's got a B+ though, to be fair. He made the 1 goal this season, but 10 appearances from the bench. Not bad at all, really. Board confidence, A-. We'll take that all day long. We'll definitely take that. Fight bravely against relegation. I mean, we finished 14th, so we've done better than that. Obviously, we're still at Turf Moor right now as well. So with us now staying in the Premier League and Burnley going down, it'd be interesting to see in terms of what happens stadium-wise for next season. Well, there's no mention here of any budgets or anything. So I guess we'll find out next episode if we're still here at Salford. So there we have it then. We don't know the budgets, but we do know a 14th place finish with Salford in our first year in the Premier League is an absolutely amazing finish for us here. So next time is the big one though. Will we still be at Salford? Because right now, it looks like we've got zero money to spend basically within the transfer market, and we have a lot of places we need to reinvest in. We've seen some players already we are interested in, like mentioned of Daka at Burnley. So we're going to see what happens over the summer. And we're back for next episode. Will we be at Salford or have we moved? Guys, thank you so much for watching as always. If you've enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.